Welcome to P3 Radio.
The monkey only dances as good as the guy grinding the organ handle.
Brother.
I fly, bro. That is never stopping.
Truck goes to Dwayne.
Cool story, bro.
Footy pajamas.
Hey, genius, it's 2 p.m. Central.
PG3 Radio.
Here's your host, Josh Riley.
Get him off pig, Freddy.
Get him on big. Richard Mullican.
And as I put you down, my pants ripped.
It's showtime! It's showtime! It's showtime!
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of P3 Radio. I'm Richard Mullican, joined by the man that likes his chicken like he likes his humor, completely dry. He wants you, he needs you, but there ain't no way he's ever gonna love you. He's the 1983 Mr. Dixie Youth Grand Champion and best friend, Josh Barley. Say, hey, Josh.
I tell him, darling, you can't be first, but you can damn sure be next. How you doing, Richard Lee?
You tell the truckers that. Get a number.
I've seen some fine-ass female truckers, man.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah. They come to the other warehouse all the time. Either way, let's get off that bullshit. How you doing, man?
Pretty good. Episode 235 here. Your mic went up really loud.
Well, you know, damn us again. Not sound checking.
It's fine. It's fine. How's everything been going, man? Pretty
Your
good
ass
this week.
better regulate. Sound check this motherfucker
Nick
next
Dogg
time.
and Warren G had to regulate once. I remember that.
And it wasn't pretty.
Yeah, no. 16 in the clip and 1 in the hole.
Hell yeah.
It's crazy.
Had bitches in their pocket and fucking Max on them sockets, motherfucker. Whatever that means.
Was that part of the song?
No.
I don't know. I remember listening to Natural Born Killers with Chris, with Mullins, and like
that was
what
about
you
recorded
the time.
off of ECW.
Yeah. Well, I mean, hey, Mom, can we get the NWA album? Or can we get Dr. Dre and Tupac? Can we get that?
Well, that was Ice Cube and Dr. Dre.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Yeah, I guess it was. Yeah.
Terror illustrates my era.
No, it makes them in a pot like gumbo. Did he not say that in a few songs?
I mean, I just
Did
remember
Ice
the one.
Cube not say mix them in a pot like gumbo? Like twice, I want to say.
I don't know.
I have to look that up.
You're really Rain Man-ing on that shit, huh?
I just remember I was like, he's already said that. You can't do that twice. No,
That is a pretty unique statement, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. How about we mix them in the pot like something else?
On that same line of thought, I discovered, George Jones. That's
Possum.
Yeah, old Possum. He is a fucking legend. I'm talking
He
about
is.
like
Do you just discovered this?
Well, no, around here,
Yes.
I mean, more so than like maybe up north for people that like country, but like the South really, really loves George Jones. Like my wife, her favorite country song of all time is by George Jones.
Really?
Yes.
What is it? He stopped loving her
the
now.
other day. That's because she was a kid when it came out, and grandparents and shit played the fuck out of it.
Yeah.
But either way, he's not very original, or at least he wasn't back in the day.
Yeah.
So that song, White Lightning, super famous. Back in that time period or whatever. Well, I fucking I came across another song, and I looked at the title, and I had never heard of it from George Jones. It was called something, I forget. It's like Wham Bam. Who Shot Sam? And it's literally the same goddamn song
As White Lightning?
Yes, it's the same shit.
Well,
but I'd only heard White Lightning before. I'd never heard this one.
I don't guess I've ever heard White Lightning. It sounds a lot like, they say country isn't right now. This sounds more like 50s music, you know what I mean? 60s music.
It was from the 50s.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, it doesn't sound like...
Who Shot Sam?
It doesn't sound like, country. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, well. Yeah. All those old guys, though, man,
Well,
that used to do music.
And all right, go up and look up White Lightning now. It's the same song.
All right. White Lightning by George Jones. Yeah, it's just a different bass line.
No, it's the same rhythm.
Yeah.
He's got a little added.
They just added that little.
And then they pass it around.
Mighty, mighty please him. Pappy's corn squeeze him.
White lightning.
Yeah.
It's got the same
The long
delivery.
pause.
It's got the same delivery
Yeah.
for the chorus and all that shit.
It's got the same long pause. And now in the video, they're just showing a bear in a river.
With some fucking birds.
White
Who's that Sam?
Same shit.
Yeah, that long pause. But that was like the 50s thing, wasn't it? The 50s and 60s thing is like, ooh, rabba-dabba-ding-dong. You know what I mean? Wasn't that like the 50s? Rabba-dabba-ding-dong. Ooh, yeah. You know, wasn't that the 50s and 60s music, you know, ba-da, ba-da, ba-da.
I mean,
shamalama-ding-dong.
on some of it maybe, but not all of it.
And when they weren't talking about porking 16-year-olds, they were talking about shamalama-ding-dong.
Oh no, it was worse. Remember the 50s? You had, like I said, Elvis.
Get
and
off
fucking,
of your big wheel and get in my car. And then you got Conway Twitty, who apparently thinks there's no problem too big that dick can't take care of.
that dick can't kick.
Yeah. I mean, you think about it. You want a man with a slow hand? I'm lying here with Linda on my mind. Like, all of his songs were, like, sexually related.
Yeah.
In a way. And then when you see him, he looks like your sweaty uncle.
He looks like a guy that like might try to convince you that a piece of shit Hyundai was
Yes.
like a good deal.
Yes.
I bet you need to. I mean, you carry a whole family in here. It's enough for your family and your girlfriend's family.
Yeah.
Oh, you ain't never done that before?
Yeah. Well, maybe
Let's
I
go
can...
to Twitty City.
Yeah, maybe I solved some problems for you with this here dick. That was Conway Twitty, man.
With them tight fitting jeans.
Yeah, I didn't mean. Well, anyways, I was talking to Chris about, like, this is back when Chris was very sheltered. Like, when he first started hanging around us, like, he wasn't even allowed to watch MTV at the time.
Yeah.
And I remember we were listening to that song, that Natural Born Killers. Mm-hmm. And the line is like, it's like a deadly game of freeze tag. I touch you at the 44 mag and you're frozen inside of body bag.
Nobody illa in
Yeah.
this graveyard filler cat pillar because I'm a natural born killer.
Yeah.
And I don't want to die. I love that shit, man.
But I
Doomed
remember
to be a killer since I came out the nutsack.
I murdered that egg. No, I remember he heard that line and he was like, oh, like he went white kind of. I was like, did you hear that line? He's like, yeah, I heard it. Like it spooked him a little bit. Like, oh.
It fucking put the realness on him.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Oh, man. But yeah, there's
Did
There's a
he
lot of-
not end up getting a black box, though?
No, he did not. He had that cable box, though, that you could push a button and you could, like, basically manipulate. You could, if you set up there on the box and you hit A, B, and then the channel button, you could get it to clear up for a minute. It was still scrambled, but he had that box like you couldn't watch anything scrambled. Like, you go to a channel that was scrambled, it like, well, to order this pay-per-view, call your local.
Yeah.
Like, I had one of those black, like the black cable boxes that had the channel up, channel down, and you push those shits both together to turn it off.
Yeah.
And you could go to like channel at the time it was like 70.
It had audio. So, like, if it was
Yes.
if it was a big boxing match or something on Showtime
Yeah.
or on request, you could go and listen.
Yes, that's what I did with a lot of the wrestling shows.
All that shit.
I listened to so many in your houses and so many, and then every once in a while you'd see it clear up, you know, and then you'd hear that. Yeah, like if you were watching wrestling back in the day, you were watching WWE. Like I remember watching Shawn Michaels kick Jeff Jarrett at that In Your House, and then hearing like you listen back to it now. Yeah, he got him. No, he got him. No, he didn't. Just a 2 count. 1, 2. Oh, he got him. Was there anybody more confused and surprised by a a match that he knew the ending to. He called the endings to so many matches, and he'd be like, 1, 2, we got him. Hey, I don't know. And you look back at some of those shows, too, if you've got the Peacock Network and you can watch WWE, go back and look at all the referee counts from like 97 and back. How fast those fucking things
Intense.
were. 1, 2. 1, 2. It's like, Jesus, what did I do to you? You know, like if you were really in a pickle and you couldn't get that arm up, I mean, it was like 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Like, it was quick, man.
Right.
But no, we're gonna watch I'm gonna watch the Royal Rumble later tonight. You gonna watch it? You excited?
No, not really.
Not really either.
I mean,
can't get into WWE anymore, man.
I am excited about SummerSlam coming to Nashville. I am excited about that. Me and my son are going to go and all that, have a good time.
Is he watching wrestling again?
He like if he's at a house with cable, he'll watch AEW.
Mm-hmm.
But
So he likes AEW more than WWE?
I think he might keep up with some of it on like YouTube or something, but he doesn't like.
Well, they have a lot of
break
shows
his
on
neck.
YouTube.
He doesn't watch it a lot. I'll just put it like that.
Yeah.
Like, I think he feels the same way that I do. It just kind of got a little stale.
WWE got really stale, really fast
But
for me.
At the same time, he still wants to go to live events.
Yeah, I could get that. It's a gathering.
We found out it was coming to Nashville, and we were just like, oh, my God,
Yeah.
we got to go. Because I've never been to a big WWE pay-per-view.
That's true. I
Ever.
haven't either.
The only ones that I've ever been
I didn't
to...
get an invite.
The only ones I've ever been to would be like Night of Champions in Nashville. But, I mean, it's Bridgestone.
Well, you went to a paper. Well, we went to Starrcade, motherfucker.
That's WCW.
Oh,
I said
Starrcade.
WWE.
Starrcade was the WrestleMania of WCW.
Notice when I said I've never been to a big WWE pay-per-view. Yeah.
My wife.
Mean words.
Yeah. My wife just ordered DoorDash because
Cool.
it comes up on my phone. Yeah, she didn't ask me what I wanted, so I'm guessing I'm vending
She's at
for
her-
myself tonight.
She's at her family's house.
She is. She went down there.
Anyway, but yeah, the biggest WWE pay-per-view I've ever been to was like Extreme Rules 2013. 19,000 something people in St. Louis. But yeah, like you said, hell, that was bigger than Starrcade from Nashville.
I don't know, man. That Starrcade was packed, man.
It was the
Municipal Auditorium.
Municipal Auditorium, and I think that only probably holds maybe what, like
I mean, we
at
could
the
look
most,
it up.
12,000 people.
I mean, we've got this thing called the internet here.
Yeah, I think the actual attendance number was like 9,000 and something. But
what is it?
I don't
called?
even know if the municipal auditorium. I think that it's still a thing, but they don't have as many events there as they used.
9,007. But you got to think there's probably 300 people on the floor.
Yeah.
So probably 10,000 people.
Well, we can solve the problem right now. Google Starrcade 96 attend. Well, you just Google that, and then you go to the Wikipedia, and it'll show you the attendance.
All right.
Yeah, 9,030.
So yeah, give or take.
It was almost full.
It was packed, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. That old woman with the moo in front of 9,000 people.
Oh yeah. But yeah, my WWE biggest experience, like I said, 19,000 I think it was for Extreme. Look that up. I'm curious now. Extreme Rules 2013 at the Scott Trade Center in St. Louis. I think it was like I said, 19,000 something maybe.
14,500. So just slightly bigger.
Yeah. Well,
slightly.
that's definitely bigger than.
If you got a 9-inch penis and a 14-inch penis, I mean, you still got a big penis.
Oh, it's definitely bigger than Bridgestone
I mean,
for Night of Champions. It'd definitely be bigger than Bridgestone.
Bridgestone had 20,000 people capacity. I just saw it. I just saw it when we looked up it showed the other arenas in Nashville and their capacity.
Damn.
Yeah. Well, that's where we went for George Strait.
Right.
And they had a huge packed crowd there.
Oh, I guarantee you.
Yeah.
Your wife don't even remember.
And then we were looking up concerts the other day because we're going to go to a concert next weekend. But
What are you going to do?
we're going to go see Sister Hazel again.
Imagine that. Where's it at?
It's actually in Huntington.
No shit.
Yeah, that's what I said. In this small
At a
venue.
bar?
No, actually, funny story about that. We saw they were going to be playing in Memphis one time, and we saw that it was at a place that looked like a nightclub type thing, and we were like, well, we'd like to take Penny. It says it's an all ages show, so we called them, and they were like, yeah, you can have the kid here. That's fine. And Penny was like 4 at the time, my daughter, and we got there. And they didn't want to sell us a ticket, but they were like, this is an adult-only show. And we're like, we called. So they actually made an exception for us to buy the ticket and let her in. And all night long, we're sitting there, and people are like, oh, my God, they've got a kid here.
You should have said she had that disease where it's like, well, she's
Syphilis.
like 27.
Yeah, she's just small for her age.
Well, no, it's like where you still look
Progeria.
like a kid. Progeria, that's the word I was looking for. Yeah, tell them they had that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, you shouldn't lie about
No,
that.
not like about a disease. I mean, you've heard about those people that lie about like they're in like a certain program to get ahead in like lines at like Disney and stuff like that.
Oh, dude, I've seen one of them moments where it was a streamer and he's supposedly like disabled in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
And I don't know if he knew that his wife was filming or whatever, because she was talking as well. And this motherfucker just stands up and walks off of camera like out of his wheelchair.
So this is the place we're going to be at. It's called the Dixie Carter Performance Center. Look how small this motherfucker is.
Dixie Carter?
Performance Center, yeah. I don't think it's the same one.
Okay. I was like, damn.
I don't think it's...
This bitch is big in Huntington.
Look at this. Like, it's... I mean, it's
I didn't know Huntington had a place like
Dude, this looks about the size of, like, most high school auditoriums, right?
Yeah.
Like, and it doesn't look... I don't want to bash it, because it might be a really nice... But it looks like a nice place for an intimate concert, but our Civic Center...
Like getting intimate.
Yeah, our Civic Center is way bigger than this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And our Civic Center isn't huge, by the way.
No. There was a lot of people for Travis.
Like in the picture of this venue right here, you can see fucking breaker boxes up here. And the catwalk. You can see the catwalk perfectly. But I mean, this ought to be pretty nice for
catwalk.
like a real close concert. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But how did they... Dude, they pull a lot of people.
You'll smell a fart for sure.
They pull a lot of people. Like, we used to go to the Minglewood Hall in Memphis, and Minglewood Hall is a pretty big venue. It's probably about the size of the Civic Center. I mean, it's not elevated like this, like stadium seating, but it's flat. But, I mean, they used to pull more than this, and that was just right before the pandemic. So, I don't know. I mean, I think all the tickets are sold out, so it's going to be, as you can see, how close everybody is here.
Yeah.
It's like a freaking church.
Yes,
there are
that's
churches that are bigger
perfect.
than this.
That's a perfect.
There are
analogy.
churches that are bigger than this. So
Yeah,
especially
all
here.
you hazelnuts are going to be running wild, brother, in Huntington. And what was the date?
I ain't gonna give the date. Well, you could look it up. I'm sure it's next week.
Oh, look at you! Yeah, I don't want anybody coming fucking with me. You know,
You leave me alone. I'm gonna be celebrating Sister Hazel. And I don't know if they serve alcohol here, so I feel like that
I don't want
picture.
to give the date out.
That picture just screams. It's next Friday or so. I can't remember the fucking date, Josh. Is that what you want me to say?
Yes.
It's next weekend sometime. But yeah, I feel like just that picture alone that we were looking at says dry county. I don't know. Is Huntington, Tennessee a dry county?
It ain't when I go there. I make them wet, son.
All those truckers. They want to step up. I'll leave your ass raw. Like
And
a
then my day
chainsaw.
keeps going this way. I just might break something tonight.
Black cherry. Huntington, Tennessee, dry county. But I mean, you would think that if Huntington, I know this is
Why
like,
are you typing it like that? You know someone has typed into Google, do Huntington, Tennessee sell alcohol? And they worded it just like that.
the sale of packaged liquor is prohibited. The sale of packaged beer and wine is prohibited on Sunday.
So they do have beer and wine.
Yeah, so that's probably all they're gonna have.
They probably ain't. They ain't having beer at that venue, son. I'm telling you.
You see that it was
Some
carpeted.
fucking like
was
70-year-old woman runs that.
Yeah, and she don't
And
believe
it's
in that.
Dixie Carter.
Yeah.
And, her dad was an alcoholic, and I won't have the shit. Sister Hazel cannot perform if that's what they want. Like,
Yeah.
I can see that being a thing there.
I remember when we were trying to get them, force them to, we had a mill in our hometown, and we have this historical society, and nobody can change like the shutters on their house without getting like, you ain't supposed to change those shutters. They're supposed to be this color, and it's supposed to be this way. Yeah, it has to be a certain way. Like, you paint your house, and you're gonna get shit if you paint it the wrong color. You know what I mean?
I wish a motherfucker would try to tell me some shit.
And then, like, my uncle got all kinds of shit for everything he wanted to do. And, you drive down that street, and it's one of the nicest streets in our town. You know what I mean? Because all the houses look nice. They're upkept. They're built up.
Well, they're updated.
They're updated, and they look nice. And they would be like, you got round posts on your porch there. Those need to be square posts and stuff like that. So,
Dude, straight up, we are not a fucking gated community.
No.
You know what I mean?
No.
Like I said, I wished a motherfucker would tell me some shit like that. Like, no, I would tell them where they could suck my dick and what time.
Won't you suck my left nut, make the right one jealous? Is that allowed in your, what is it called? Historical society? Sucking a man's nuts?
Y'all like that shit?
Why that man sucking on that man?
Why that man sucking? Why that man licking on that man?
I thought about that all week.
Earthquake,
Earthquake,
El
typhoon.
Nino. And Corey Macklin announcing them. I don't know why. That'd just be awesome. El Nino.
I don't know why I was looking on that other man either. No,
Damn, Corey, why that man licking on that man? I don't know, Earthquake. Get on out of here with that stuff now. Oh, I love it.
Got a whole chicken on that motherfucker.
I don't know. It just seemed right.
Yeah, put that in there too.
Yeah. No, we had a mill here, and we were trying to, like, at the time we were considered historical. We couldn't do shit to our houses, but then they were talking about, we're going to tear the mill down. Everybody's cool with that, right? It's like, wait a minute. I can't put round posts on my porch, but you're going to tear down the thing that built the whole city? And they're like,
nucleus.
Yeah, we're going to tear it down. You're cool with that, right? I was like, if you tear that down, I'm putting round posts up on my porch tonight, motherfucker. So I remember at one time we were talking about, like, possible things that could be done with this place, and we were talking about apartments. That thing was huge, man. They could have built so many, like if you go to New Orleans. New Orleans has all these old plants that were there that they made into apartments and into like hotels and stuff. That it's just beautiful. But you look outside and it's like a brick build, but you go inside and it's updated and everything's nice. For somebody to go in there, I mean, and it wouldn't take much because the hardwood floors were still impeccably, like, in great shape. So all you would have to do is go in there and put up some walls, and you've got a hellacious, like, multi-unit apartment, complex up there. But they tore it down anyways. But I remember
more money in the antique materials that built the motherfucker.
Well, the guy that tore it down was like, yeah, we're going to tear it down and give everybody a chance to buy something. And he hightailed it out of town. And then all of a sudden his LLC went bankrupt. Amazing when it was halfway down, and then the city had to tear it the rest of the way down.
He took
all of the
valuables
stuff and left, like, all the non-valuable stuff.
Yep.
And then
so
filed for
he
bankruptcy.
sold it, made money.
Yeah.
Probably buried it somewhere, and then filed for bankruptcy.
Yeah.
Story as old as the hills, man.
But I remember we were talking about beforehand. We were like, there's a lot of things that could be done with this. One guy was like, yeah, they could make like a little nightclub up there. They could have like some concerts.
Oh, fuck, man.
And
That'd been awesome.
There was a woman that was like, no, not here. I ain't selling no beer here in town. It's like, what? They sell beer right across at Walgreens. They sell beer. That's right there.
Right.
Now, I don't want no beer selling around here. And I'm
That's
like,
not Bemis. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, but that's close enough.
Right.
It's on the edge.
Well, you
of
can
Bemis.
walk your ass there and get it if you want
Go there
it.
and get it if you want. We ain't selling it here. Such bullshit, man. The hypocrisy of our, the things that people do in our culture. I say Southern culture, the hypocrisy that, I won't drink. I won't do drugs, which, okay, that's fine. What else is something? I won't kill nobody, but I will swear. I will judge the shit out of people.
I'll chew tobacco.
I'll chew tobacco and I'll dip. You know what I mean? It's like, wait a minute. I told a guy this one time that I worked with because we had this talk about.
I'll go to church and I'll openly gossip in the open about other people on the other side of church.
That's
because they can't hear me.
That's
so
one
it
of
don't
them
matter.
right side sitting church people. They sit over there on that right side.
You know her daughter's been sneaking out at night and fucking everything that walks, don't you? You know that, right?
Hey, Sister Sue, how are you doing?
Hey, love that dress, girl. Yeah.
I mean, that's the way it is. But I remember, that was the reason. I don't remember what I was going to say now, but I was going to say that was the reason why I stopped kind of going to church was because of that. It's like I told a coworker one time because this was around the time that gay marriage became a thing. And I said, look, it doesn't affect me. If they want to get married, it affect me. I was like, I'll take the Chris Rock approach. They should be as unhappy as the rest of us, Yeah. And I was like, it doesn't affect me. If they want to be like married and get all the benefits and everything, fine.
Yeah.
Doesn't affect my life at all. And he started back. He's like, it's a sin. It's wrong. And I was like, you know that CD you have there on your desk that's illegally burned? I was like, that's a sin. Bible says all sins are the same. And it kind of shut him up. It was like the first time I'd ever won an argument with this guy. But he told me later on, he's like, you're right. I broke that CD in half. And it pissed off my buddy. He's like, I needed to use that because it was like a computer tool.
Program. Something worth money.
Yeah. He's like, I needed to use it. It's like I broke it into a million pieces.
Yeah, I was, man, I ain't gonna lie. I was totally against it at first. Because I was instilled in that
Southern thing.
in that thought process. It's kind of like a computer. You're kind of programmed. And I guess you formulate your own thoughts too. But
yeah,
after it didn't take too long to kind of realize I'm kind of an asshole.
Yeah,
I shouldn't. I seriously.
It took you that long to realize it.
Well,
huh?
no, I felt like that, thinking that way, and I kind of like had this fucking epiphany. I was like, it doesn't, like you said, it doesn't affect me. It doesn't affect me. So, like, it's their right to do whatever. Even if I don't choose to live life like that, just because it's different doesn't make it wrong.
Yeah.
I said, because I have gay friends, I have like gay people close to me and my family and stuff. And it's
smacked a dick around my jaws a few times.
Well, no, I'm just saying, like, if it's like that, then
we should be able to joke about stuff like that still.
Yeah. if it's like that, then why do I feel this way about this one thing?
Yeah.
And then I thought about, like, so what if so-and-so asked you, like, how you felt, like, and I felt, I started thinking, I was like, damn, I'd be ashamed to tell them that.
Yeah.
So that made me realize you're really fucking wrong. Like,
kind of feel as backwoods as when a relative lets out the N-word.
Yeah, I felt like that.
Yeah,
I was
and you're like,
damn,
jeez.
I'm no better than them, man.
Yeah.
So I was like, and I like this Josh better than the other one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think you're all assholes.
Yeah.
But, I appreciate your company. We've been around this. I'm too old to make new friends. You'll just have to keep doing.
I don't like change. I'll keep you.
I liked it better when you were homophobic, but whatever. No, I mean, I'm trying to adopt that.
No, I wasn't homophobic, but for some reason...
Well, the word homophobic takes on way too many, like... Phobic's supposed to mean I'm afraid of it, and people use it as a term to like.
Well, no, I mean I had gay friends. I shared.
That's usually the first thing when somebody calls people a racist. I have black friends.
Well, no,
4 of them.
Like,
I have 3 gay friends.
I mean, back in the day, we would share joints and everything. And if you are really that way, you're gonna feel. Oh, I don't know what he's been doing with that mouth.
I'm sure you thought it though.
I didn't care.
I know you didn't care.
That's my friend.
You had a joint in you.
No, that's my friend. Like so, but I thought about all
although
that.
those your friend was probably like, Probably got pussy on his breath.
Right.
Yeah.
Same shit. No, but
His
yeah,
joint's gonna make a baby.
like I said, I thought about all that, and then I was like, damn, yeah, you're wrong.
Yeah.
You know?
No, and I try to take that feeling in life, now. Like, I'm trying to get better because I used to be one of the world's worst at, if somebody didn't agree with me on something, like, I would like if they didn't agree with me on like a life thing, you know what I mean? I would just like, and it wouldn't be like they were telling it to me. I would just see it on Facebook or something.
Yeah.
I'd be like, no, you're wrong. And I'm like, wait, this doesn't affect me. Just keep on scrolling. You know what I mean? And sometimes that's hard to do.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's hard to look at something and go, that is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. I've got a comment. And then the best thing ever, though, is just to keep on scrolling.
I think the vaccine,
Yeah.
that brought back a lot of that shit to Facebook, where it had kind of calmed down for a little bit. I mean, everybody was debating about COVID, but it was, it wasn't like a choose a side.
Right.
But when the vaccine shit kicked back, like, hey, you're either this or that,
Right.
it kind of got people in that Bloods or Crip mentality. You know?
It's the gang mentality. Put everybody together. But,
Well,
like,
you're an idiot if you don't believe the way
Right,
I do.
right.
And then the other people are saying the same shit.
no.
You know.
Yeah. I mean, we talked a little bit about this week, about like how, we hit the gym every day this week, well, except for yesterday, Friday.
Yeah.
4 days this week. That's not bad. 4 out of 7.
It ain't bad.
I mean, 4 out of 7 ain't bad. R.I.P. Meatloaf. But we talked about it this week. It's like, and we found ourselves doing it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? When we were talking about, like, even me and you, we were sitting there talking about conspiracies and stuff, which we won't get into here because it was political. But we were like, I said something, or you said something, and I looked at you like you were a moron. And then I said something, and you looked at me like and we both called each other like morons. And I was like, but this is what we do as people. It's like if somebody doesn't agree, we're like, oh, you're one of those. And we immediately label everything that they do. It's like, you believe this way. I know
put
it
them in
now.
that basket.
Yeah. And there's no way of climbing out that basket. But no, what I was going to say was, speaking of climbing out of baskets and trying to get out of situations, is like one of the things we've taken is the homophobic, or phobic, as you would say it. And this is something I always thought of, is like phobic, it means you have a fear of it. And we talked about it like Maury having those people that had phobias of like cotton balls and
Or
pickles.
fucking
and,
olives or spiders, lizards, whatever.
and we had a little bit of a debate there about it being fake and all of that shit being fake. And one of us said it was, and one of them said it wasn't. Neither here nor there, right?
Well, no. I just said that, like, with a lot of those phobia shows,
Yeah.
I truly believe a lot of those people are that way. They understand that they're going to get paid for the experience, and that's why they don't completely run out of the building.
Well, it's like Penn and Teller too said.
I don't believe that, like, when Maury brings on a guy or a woman, and she's there with the 12th man. She's already been on Maury 4 times,
right?
And this is the 12th man going to get DNA tested to see if it's 3-year-old Angelica's father.
That was a busy October for you, huh?
Like, how do you fuck that many people? She's just getting a payday.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She knows who that baby's father is.
You remember that time you thought Joe Namath was Maury?
Yes.
We were watching TV at the gym. You're like, look at old Maury up there.
I
And
said,
was like,
look at Murray.
I was like, that's Joe Namath.
No shit. I was like,
They're starting to
damn,
look alike, aren't they?
Joe Namath now looks like a...
You're beautiful. I'm going to kiss you.
I would like to kiss you.
Joe Namath going
I
on.
saw that shit live.
You did?
Yes. It was hilarious.
I got to see it now. But
I'd like to kiss you.
what I was going to say was, we got to find a new word instead of phobic.
Randy Travis, I told you so. I like that song.
We got to find a new word other than phobic, Josh, because I don't think everybody that hates like people, like anything, whatever phobic, actually is afraid of them. You know what I mean? They just don't like them. I don't know what the word would be though, because I don't like it when they're like, stop such and such hate, stop this hate. I guess that would be a better word. But I guess
there's certain people I don't want to be around, but I'm not afraid of them. I'm just appalled.
that's not. Is that what you're supposed to say? We're talking about differences of people.
Well, look,
and races.
like no, mine isn't a race at all. Mine is like those fucking snooty ass people that think just because I don't work at a certain place or make a certain amount of money that I'm a piece of shit. Whenever I'm around people like that, I want to slap the fuck out of them. That's just the way
I just think you're a piece of shit because you're a piece of shit. You know,
fuck you too.
It ain't got nothing to do with your work. It's your outlook on life and everything else. But that's all right. We're both pieces of shit. Here's the Joe Namath thing from Monday Night Football on December 20th of 2003.
I believe everything that
Hammered.
anyone else has watched.
He looks like Maury Povich.
He does.
Impresses me. The same thing impresses them.
What does it mean to you now when the team is struggling?
She asked him the question, and he sat there smiling at her.
And leaning.
Yeah, leaning
like he's
into
leaning
her.
into something.
Yeah.
I want to kiss you. I couldn't care less about the team struggling.
It was awful. We had been gone since 3 or 4 in the afternoon, and I did the wrong thing.
You are the father.
He
That's
does.
what I see.
He
when
does
I see
kind of look
him.
like Mario a little
Oh my
bit.
God! It's like if Maury had like a older brother or something.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Apparently, he'd been drinking since 3, and about 9 o'clock, after 6 hours of drinking,
I was seeing
you want to kiss
waves.
Susie Colbert.
I wasn't seeing realness.
You shoot your shot, Susie, and here's my cock.
He literally said he didn't give a fuck about the Jets struggling.
I don't care about them struggling. See you struggle. It's like, wait a minute, damn it.
You'll struggle to get away from me.
Oh, man. You know, we talked, dong, dong, the SVU.
Yeah.
You know, we talked about it last week.
So you saying Joe Namath was a serial rapist?
The man got so bold he whipped his dick out on Monday Night Football. tried to accost Susie Colbert.
And she's not a very good-looking woman.
Actually, she was pretty good looking back then. I don't know. You don't think Susie Colbert in 2003 was good looking? She definitely had a Tom Brady haircut here.
She looks like she needs to speak to the manager of this establishment.
Well, and right here, yes. I don't know. I feel like Susie Colbert would be right down your type.
I didn't say I wouldn't bone her. Hey,
Susie Colbert.
A fucking haircut like that.
That's not Susie Colbert. What's her name?
I would bone that woman, definitely. Whoever that is, Susie Colbert, at Susie Colbert on Instagram.com, I'd totally bone you.
Well, she says thank you, Josh.
That's that's like Bob Ross says, we don't make mistakes, we just make happy accidents. That was a happy accident, Richard. I'm going to look her up when I go home.
What do you mean by look her up?
You know, like
maybe
Instagram stalker.
Maybe waste some tissues,
Might be suing her for carpal tunnel in 5 years.
I wish
at least a contributor.
I thought that woman's name was Susie Colbert.
Well, it wasn't. Because I didn't see that fucking weird-haired bitch.
Maybe I should Google woman
accosted by Joe.
By Joe Namath.
Are we victim blaming now? Are we objectifying this woman?
Woman accosted by Joe Namath.
And they're just showing pictures of Joe Namath.
And people it's Susie Colbert. Yeah, it's right
Colbert.
There. Colbert, yeah.
Not Colbert.
So Susie
Colbert.
It's Kolbert. B-E-R, yeah, not T. Yeah, I feel like that would have been right down your alley at one point, Josh.
That there? Yes.
Yeah.
Not that fucking wild ass.
You didn't like the haircut.
Yeah. I think Joe Namath's just newer. He's like, yeah, I've wanked it to you on Monday Night Football many a times.
I've heard the locker room talk, Susie. Give me a kiss right here.
I want to kiss you.
Oh, girls there.
With my dick. I want to kiss you on my dick. Does that make sense right now? I can't even see you.
Marco. Hello. Oh, man.
This is how she was, too. She's like, oh, Joe.
Yeah. She's looking all down like, Jesus. She was smiling, though, the whole time. But what I was going to say was, we talked about the SVU thing last week. I didn't know that they went, like, completely, and we don't get political. they went completely on the other side of things with this last episode. Like
other side would say
like,
that they were on one side. At the
like
beginning.
they had a very special episode where this 9-year-old kid that was
When you say was he special?
Well, the nodding bitch that I told you about. Yeah, the nodding bitch.
Yes.
She nodded everything like yeah or no. I'm not. I can't. No. Yeah.
Like me?
Yeah.
Doing this right now?
She has a son, and her son was being made fun of for being gay, and he had this whole monologue about I told Terry I wasn't gay, that I was bi, and it, and then went into how I'm my own person, and it's our own differences that make us special. Like this whole thing that was written out. I heard Colin Quinn talking about it, and he was like, "Who in the hell?" He's like, "Who in the hell?" Like if a 9-year-old came to you and talked to you like this. Like, you would know that there was an adult somewhere that was telling them to say this, and you would be concerned because no 9-year-old talks like this. So, like,
I'd be like, you ain't nothing sexual, motherfucker.
And my biggest thing, when I watch TV, I get that you want TV to reflect what's going on in real life, but I was watching, my wife had it on. She's had it on all week. And now she's getting to the seasons of like...
She's driving her work car home now?
Now she's getting to the seasons of having some of the newer seasons, new episodes. And
some of the special episodes.
Well, some of the newer ones that are like kind of getting political.
Don't.
And I want to have a separation of entertainment and real life. You know what I mean?
Right.
But they had the show on, and they're visiting a victim, and they both have masks on, and they're talking to the victim with masks. I'm like, oh, fucking really? Like, why? It's a show. I don't want to be reminded, but you can't take a risk of having two people in a room on a TV show and not have it, with masks. You know what I mean? It's like, really, is this really that big a deal?
I think so. I think it is.
Oh man, I mean, I get it. I get wanting to be like aware, but at some point, is it not just virtue signaling? You know what I mean? Like, look at me, I'm a good person because I'm doing this
with my character.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because I mean, do they have? Or is COVID a thing on the show?
Yeah, I would like for Entertainment World not to have COVID as a thing on the show. You know what I mean? Like, I would like to, unless I'm watching a documentary about COVID or something COVID related, I'd like to escape from it for a little while. You know what I mean?
That's the way I feel about entertainment.
Yeah,
personally, but I think maybe they're trying to tap into some kind of
if the nodding bitch from SVU wears it and Ice-T wears a mask, a man that once had an album banned because he was like fuck the police,
cop killer,
yeah,
I
cop
think
killer,
what you're looking for.
and now he's wearing a mask on SVU.
I'm trying to save lives. You know what I'm saying?
Jesus. It's just amazing.
You know, it ain't about taking lives anymore. That was when I was younger.
Yeah.
I'm trying to save them now.
It's so... Every time I see it, the immediate thought in my head is that Vanilla Ice...
You're like, that man hitting Coco Austin. Lucky motherfucker.
I can't, man. She looks weird to me. But no, I immediately think of Vanilla Ice trying to explain how he didn't steal under pressure. He's like, theirs goes dun 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 dun, and ours goes dun 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 dun. He's like, you see the difference?
Dun and dun.
I always think of that when I hear somebody try to explain, or like show them like virtue signaling with a mask on in a show like that. You know what I mean? It's like they're being Vanilla Ice trying to be like, dun, 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 dun. Look at me. We're doing something different here. It's totally different. Was that it? Well, Josh, if they're tired of watching SVU and they want to go over and get a shirt that possibly will offend them in the same way that some of those victims on SVU were offended, and how would...
it's only going to offend them if they choose the least expensive option on that pay option, man. But if they go second rung up and up, they're going to be a fucking happy customer because they might be wearing that ECW-like t-shirt. They might be strutting that ass, and that Ray J's still going to get that soda can. Ray J's
still going to get that soda can?
No. Ray J has the truck. Dwayne's still going to get the truck.
Yeah.
And so many more goddamn t-shirts, man. That 80s tee. And so many more. tinyurl.com/P3Radio tees.
So many more.
That's your t-shirt hookup.
tinyurl.com/P3Radio tees.
So many more. You know why? 'Cause I keep forgetting how many shirts we have recently. I keep forgetting how many shirts that you made. I keep forgetting.
What was you doing? I was doing Nate Dogg and Ward G had to regulate. What song were you doing?
I was freestyling how I keep forgetting how many shirts we have.
Oh. I just heard the last part about shirts. And I was like, was you doing
like
that?
3 things?
I was like, was you just talking about, was you doing the goats? There was a man who had a goat, 8-3 red shirts right off the line.
Absolutely not.
I thought you were doing that. You never heard that goat song?
Nope.
Well, this is Michael McDonald. I keep forgetting. The goat song, the basic story is there was a goat that ate 3 shirts off of a clothesline. And
got his ass whooped 15 times.
Well, the guy who owned the goat got pissed off and was like, that's it. You've ate too many shirts. I'm going to tie you to the railroad track. And the goat coughed up the shirts and used it to flag down the train so the train didn't hit him. And then the guy felt bad and was like, what have I done? And went back and saw the goat was healthy and alive and took him home, I guess. Hopefully he was arrested for animal cruelty. I feel like there's a better way to put down a goat than tying it to the railroad tracks.
I'd fucking stick a post through his ass and fucking barbecue him. You know, you can eat goat. So, problem solved, right? No more clothes missing.
I want that drop. I've got to find that drop. I'll stick a post up his ass and barbecue. I want that drop.
Well, guess what, motherfucker? We all are.
I'd go right there with that one. I'd stick a post up his ass and barbecue him. Oh, man.
Oh, shit.
I saw this today and thought of you. You might have already seen it. This is on Facebook. It was called.
I think that woman. I know that woman.
You think you know this woman? It's on Facebook. It's called The Addicted Prank. If I can get it to play, I can't get the video to play. Here we go.
Sandra.
What?
Say.
All right, Sandra's already over it. What? You can tell this is in the South because the South really holds out that what.
Addicted after everything that I say.
Okay.
When someone's on drugs, they're
Addicted.
when someone drinks alcohol.
They're addicted.
What hit you in the face last night?
Addicted. What the fuck, bitch? What the fuck?
Listen to this. This is my favorite part.
Damn it, I knew better than to do that shit again.
That is the most Southern thing ever. But damn it, I knew better than do that shit again. That's the part.
Said the guy holding his wiener pissing on the electric fence.
Yeah. Oh, man. I don't know what this one is. This
Man
is
of the Year.
Man of the Year so far. Oh, okay. I titled this one, Josh, Check Your Damn Crawl Spaces. Because, dude, it came out this week that even more gators have been found in the Tennessee area. They're migrating north.
Well, this is Florida, I think. So.
This is Florida, but this is what we have to deal with, Josh. This is coming soon. Coming soon to a Tennessee river near you. And I tell people that they go to the river all the time. They're like, no. They ain't coming up here. I'm like, yeah. Like the TWRA people were on the radio 2 years ago and said, yeah, there's been a few spotted and they're migrating north because, our climate's starting to get a little warmer and they can survive our winters. So this is a man who has an alligator on his doorstep, Josh. At this point, like, dude, I freak out when there's a snake. Like, if there's a snake skin outside my house, I'm like, fuck that.
I don't like that.
I don't like it. Imagine you come home to an 8-foot alligator just chilling on your doorstep.
I mean, I'm going to have to fucking pop a cap in him, man. That's just all there is
They're
to it.
protected species, Josh.
I'm going to pop a cap in him and bury his ass then.
Why you got that big old 8-foot grave back there, Josh? Don't you worry about it.
I had to bury a grease trap.
What kind of boots are those you got?
I'm starting a restaurant.
I know who your dad is. You'd be like, what kind of boots are those you're wearing? Those look new.
Well, it's caiman. It's a legal species.
It's gator. But I didn't shoot that damn gator. Why is there a blood
There's
trail?
There's a bullet hole right through it. There's a bullet mark right through one of them boots. I just don't understand.
Why is there a blood trail going all the way back to that newly plowed field out there? Here we go. So, Josh, what the man's doing right now is he's got a trash can, and he is
that's been provided to him by his county.
Yeah, and he's got one of these trash cans. It's like, what would you call that? A 55-gallon trash can? It's like one of those. If you live in Jackson, you got one now. It's like one of those rolling cans that the city
waste
comes
management
by.
Gimmick.
Yeah. So he's trying to get it in there, and the alligator's like, "No, I don't like this." So he hits the alligator with the top and scoops it up in the damn trash can, and the alligator can't get out. He can't turn around, and he uses this thing like a damn alligator dolly. And turns that son of a bitch. This man.
I'm gonna tell you something. He uses it like he's done this shit before.
Exactly. He's like, there's an alligator over here. All right, bet. Who's got a 55-gallon trash can on wheels? I'll get rid of this.
That motherfucker done.
Here's
son.
a question, man. If that was just on your property, would you ever feel safe to go outside at night? Just piss off the porch.
Sure. Because I'd have that thing on my
16
side.
16 in the clip and 1 in the hole.
It wouldn't
This
be no
gator
problem
blood's about
then.
to go turning cold.
I'd know what to do.
That cold-blooded reptile is about to be even more cold-blooded. So he scoops it up in the trash can, takes it out to the woods, I guess, and then dumps his ass over and runs like a motherfucker too. Like, I'm done. But let's point out the balls on this man. You think he wouldn't be running that fast with balls that big?
You're talking this way about this guy who just trapped one in a trash can and ran like a bitch.
Dude,
like,
you doing that?
Google, like, some backwoods Louisiana motherfuckers. They're swimming with them, and then like, yeah, I guess I'll grab this gator. And then they're wrestling with them in their environment in the fucking water. And then they make them their bitch.
I can't. It's a special type of person.
Yeah, they're not very,
educated.
I didn't claim they could pass the ACT. I didn't say all that shit. I just said they could fucking wrestle an alligator. Because, they got big strength.
Right. I remember
I'm just ribbing. Like, I shouldn't even joke like that.
Somebody in my wife's family was all into. I think it was my father-in-law. He was like really into that gator hunting show that they had on. What was it called?
Shoot him.
Yeah,
Shoot him.
yeah.
Fucking,
so what they would do?
Troy Landry or whatever.
No, they had a name for it. Like
I can't remember, man.
Gator hunt. Let me
I like
Google
the
it.
Goddamn Cajun Pawn Stars. I like that show.
We're not even talking about that.
I liked Swamp Loggers.
Swamp People.
Swamp People.
It was called Swamp People.
Yeah, Swamp People.
I didn't even Google it. When you said swamp, I was like, yeah, that's what it was.
There was T-shirts at Walmart. Shoot him.
Yeah.
Shoot him. He probably got money longer than fucking John Homedong.
It was right there for your dad,
I know,
that
but
analogy.
We done wore that out, just like him back in '72.
He's done wore that thing out back in '72.
Back in '72 with a hit of acid, like him wearing that thing out, probably.
You think your dad did acid?
Oh, definitely. Dude, he told me.
You ever talked to him?
Well, like, okay, this has been way more than 7 years.
We'll get back to the Gator show.
Yeah, this has been way more than
hold
7
on.
years ago.
Let me just say it then. The Gator show. They got into it, and every show was like they put a piece of chicken on a string. They'd pull it up and have a gator on it. They're wrestling with it, and it always close up on the eyes, and you'd see the water splash as they're shooting into the head with a 12-gauge shotgun. That was it. So then they pull its dead carcass on the boat.
They make 19 this year.
Right. So anyways, you were talking to your dad.
So back in 1972,
a old boy named Bam.
He was 20 years old. He went to this fucking big bluegrass festival that they had in the mountains in Arkansas. And
does Arkansas have mountains?
Yes, the Ozarks.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Ozark Mountains. It's a thing. Anyways, they had this big fucking bluegrass festival, and I forget who the main people were, but when he was talking to me, he fucking named off a few bands. I was like, damn, you seen them? That was cool. And he said that he didn't take any money with him to this festival. All he took with him was this fucking little, like a little, some kind of little box that would fit in his pocket.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, 3 inches at max or whatever. And he had 100 hits of window pane acid in it. And that was what he used as money for the 3 days that he went to this festival. So if he needed anything, if he wanted to smoke a joint or if he wanted to fucking do anything else, he would trade his acid for whatever.
I was bartering. Bartering, Joshua. Bartering.
That's what it was in them 70s, son.
Oh, man. I still want to have your dad on the show sometime. I didn't know Arkansas had mountains, man. I'm learning new things. Because when you see a map, they never have the topographical maps, and all you ever hear is like the Smoky Mountains when you live in Tennessee. You know what I mean? Smoky Mountains and Colorado Rockies. That's about all the mountain chains you hear about, right?
I mean, I knew about the Ozarks, but that was because I lived with a hunter. So,
Oh, man. Speaking about reptiles, this is a stupid video. We probably shouldn't even play it on the show.
What's wrong, Bo?
But it's a little boy with a small frog on his arm. This is where I'd be with that gator in my yard.
That little boy looks like he's 35 years old in the face.
You want to explain what happened? So he has a small frog, and when I say small, it's like maybe the size of a $50. Just and it's on his elbow, and he looks like a little MJF, does he not?
Like I said, the kid, he looks like he has a reverse
Benjamin Button disease.
Yeah, it's like he looks 35 in the face.
And then he's got it on his elbow, and his mom's like, well, just bump it off. And she bumps it.
And he's screaming the whole time.
Yeah,
so
she bumps it, it jumps and lands on his upper lip, and it's just stuck there.
And he goes from screaming to fucking like horror movie bitch screaming.
So stupid.
Oh, that's great.
We should shake hands like this.
And Joey Gallo hits a home run. His teammate waits to congratulate him as they touch each other's dings after that dong. Great to see two players literally pull for each other.
Did you know that was a thing?
I did not.
I don't watch baseball.
I don't think my Braves do that.
No.
What was it they did there, Josh?
My Braves like slap each other on the ass.
These guys did a high five routine and then grabbed each other's dicks.
Like, I cannot dispute that at all. That happened. Joey Gallo, what's wrong with that? Why that man feeling on that man?
Well, you have some stuff here, Josh, that you brought to the show. Why don't you pull some of those up? Which one you want to do?
Well, you stopped at an Ohio man allegedly rented a crane and used it to steal a 58-foot long bridge from a public park, police say.
What you gonna do with that crane, Jerry? Nothing. You know, we're putting on some new roofing stuff.
Get out of here! Get out of my business!
We putting on a new roof on the house,
dude. We talk about like bold motherfuckers.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't know if there's a word created for a sumbitch like this.
Yeah.
Like, how do you steal a bridge?
Well.
Like
you got to be on one side or the other of it. First off,
God damn! Like
we gonna have to sacrifice Philip over there. He's gonna undo that side.
No,
I'm gonna undo this side.
Okay, here's the thing. This is like a private man. Like he's not working for any establishment.
No.
And he rents a crane. First off,
right?
Okay, stealing a bridge, whatever. It's not stealing the bridge that's hard. I mean, hell, any dumbass could use a blowtorch, cut the sumbitch, and use a big crane, and with enough time, you can fucking get it out of there.
Yeah.
When I hear bridge, I think that shit has traffic and everything else. Like, you're having to have the balls to stop everything.
They got guys in, like, hats with that little pole that says stop and
like,
slow.
And the police pull. Who y'all working for? Bill.
We work 4 shifts. But you got to think nobody would question that probably.
Probably not. But, I mean, what are you doing at bridge? You know, when you take it to the scrapyard, where'd you get this? It says fucking
I-95 on it with an exit ramp.
This is vaguely familiar. Did you get that here in town? Yeah. Well, you know that route y'all used to take to work? Well, it's fucked. Might want to go the other way. Like, how do you... I don't know. Maybe I'm missing
Only way to
something.
get to that town's by ferry.
Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe I'm going to read...
All right, you want me to read it for you? You want to read it?
I mean, it's whatever.
Go ahead. You read it. It's your story.
An Ohio man is accused of renting a crane and using it to steal a 58-foot-long bridge from a park. So it's a park.
Is he accused of renting the crane? Actually, it was in my wife's name, sir.
Well, that's what reporters are supposed to say now until they're convicted.
Yeah.
He's accused.
Why couldn't they say an Ohio man rented a crane and is accused of using it to steal a 58? That makes it sound like he's accused of renting a crane.
Yeah.
I didn't rent no damn crane. My wife rented the damn crane.
Right. It don't say Jerry Bolander. It says Susan Bolander.
Is that a real
Motherfucker.
name? I feel like that's a real name from your
something in
past.
my head. Local police say 63-year-old David Bramley was arrested on Friday and charged with felony theft.
They found him because he had a 58-long-foot bridge in the back of his yard.
I don't know how the fuck that got here.
I think we had a tornado that brought it here.
I'm going to be honest with you. That motherfucker, I think it's been here.
Yard's all marred up from the crane.
New tracks.
It's stuck in the backyard.
His truck and
with
shit's
a tarp
got
over.
mud all over it and shit.
With a tarp over like half of the crane, but you can still see the crane.
I don't know where that came from.
A 20-foot tarp over a 58-foot long bridge. Trying to hide it like you do when company comes over.
I don't see no
you
bridge.
Just push all the shit in like one
In the
room
closet.
or in the closet, and you throw a blanket over it just in case they open the shit.
Police say Bramley paid. Oh man, here it gets better. Police say Bramley paid a local trucking company to get access to a crane. So it's like it's not just the crane company. It's
Yeah.
like, hey, I need you to probably bring this over here.
I'm gonna say something controversial right now, Josh. An Ohio man? What'd you say, dude? No.
Don't you do that?
That nincompoop. No. Ohio man is about to become, like, they got to be on par with
I think Florida man is first, and Ohio man might be
Dude,
second.
Ohio man is coming. Ohio man, maybe that's what we should do. We should get cases from Ohio and Florida and have somebody read them, and we've got to guess Ohio or Florida. Because Ohio has a bunch of cases where people
Right.
were like,
Wild
animal. You know, I had a lynx, you know, just,
Mauled the family.
Yeah, that's Ohio.
Had a link. Mauled a camper full of kids.
But there's so many crazy stuff now that we've done that come out of Ohio or Florida.
yeah.
It's one of the where else was it? There's one other place that it comes out of all the time. It's Florida, Ohio. Where was that other place?
I mean, Texas is wild as
Texas.
a son of a bitch.
Yeah, Texas. Texas is the other one. Man, but it's mostly Ohio and Florida that we talk about. Anyways, go ahead.
Yeah, an Ohio man is accused of renting a crane and using it to steal a 50-foot-long bridge from a public park, local police said on Monday. Akron, Ohio, police said 63-year-old David Brown. That's what I don't like about these Yahoo News articles. They repeat
They
a lot
repeat
of the
it
shit.
over and over. They give you the headline, and just because to catch your attention, and then they recap. It's
Well, he was-
basically Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, pretty much.
Moments ago.
63 years old. You're old enough to know not to fucking steal a bridge. Anyways, he was charged with felony theft for allegedly stealing a bridge. Well, I mean, if he was charged, okay, he was charged, not convicted.
Yeah,
My
in
bad.
November.
For allegedly stealing a bridge in November. The bridge was originally installed in Middlebury Run Park, but it was later moved and stored in a field during a wetland restoration project. So they had removed the bridge and stored it like somewhere else. And I guess he thought, well, goddamn, they ain't done nothing with it. That's a lot of money.
They ain't going to use that again.
I guarantee you the money I'd spend renting that crane and then fucking chopping it up and selling it to the scrapyard, hell, I'd still make about $10,000.
Yeah.
God damn. You know? Nobody's going to miss it. But either way, he thought he was doing a service to his community, probably decluttering the park, you know. And police said Bramley, who worked in the area, paid a local trucking company to get access to the crane. The man then used the crane to load the bridge onto a vehicle and drive it to his nearby property.
Just load that up in my S10 there, buddy. He's got it all strapped to the hood.
Bramley was identified as a person of interest in the case after police said they received multiple tips in connection with the case.
Yeah.
Like, this motherfucker went to the VFW and just blabbered his shit. I got a goddamn bridge in my backyard.
Sometimes I just sit on it and drink, singing Bridge Over Troubled Water.
Oh, shit. Yeah. And they received multiple tips with the case and found a bridge partially disassembled while searching his property. So he was already in action to disassemble this motherfucker. And he was
trying
take
to sell
somewhere.
it. He was trying to scrap it.
Yeah.
He was trying to scrap a whole fucking bridge.
Ohio man got balls.
Yeah.
Like,
when we go to the scrap yard, we can't go that way because remember the bridge is out. He's the first one that pulls up. When they gonna get that bridge back in?
Damn, what happened?
Oh, but damn. Where's the scrap yard from here? Where's the detour?
David, we seen you out here taking the sumbitch down.
No, that wasn't me.
No. No.
You put it on your S10. We saw you.
No.
No, I mean, that is hilarious, though. You know, he's got a whole bridge. I just think of this guy sitting in his backyard drunk singing bridge songs. Like, play some more bridge music. Like, how many bridge songs could Bridge Over Troubled Water? Love Can Build a Bridge.
Let's see.
Is that it?
I don't know, man. Like,
Let me
I can't think of any off the top.
Songs about bridges.
You're gonna search it and then name some. And oh yeah, I remember that. Oh yeah. But right now, nothing.
Nothing.
London Bridge.
Under the Bridge. Down. Under the Bridge by Red Hot Chili Peppers.
My Fair Lady.
Bridge of Light by Pink.
Oh man.
Bridge Burning. The Bridge.
Taylor Swift got 2 bridge songs.
Does she?
3. Dear John, Wildest Dreams, and all 2. I think they're just sneaking Taylor Swift songs in on us, man.
Cross Over the Bridge by Patti Page. That doesn't even sound like a good. That looks like a song that was on early CBS.
But Nas got it right for this situation more than anybody. Destroy and rebuild.
Oh man. But yeah.
Dean Martin.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut it off on you there. But yeah, man. What's his name? Municipal Autumn confirmed to Insider that Bromley will be arraigned on the felony charge. So this was in December. No attorney for Bromley was listed with the court.
He blew all his money renting the goddamn crane in the truck to take the motherfucker to his backyard. I mean, he can't afford one.
Yeah, right.
One shall be appointed to him.
Wouldn't you hate to be the public defender on that one? Y'all read him his rights when he came in there?
I mean, look.
Trying to get off on technicalities.
I mean, it's in your backyard. Yeah. All right, there's really nothing I can do.
Maybe insanity plea. Maybe you didn't know it was.
Were you beaten as a child? Possibly dropped on your head.
I was attacked by a lynx.
Perfect.
We're going with the insanity plea.
This man had his anus mauled at 12 years old by a lynx.
What y'all think? Innocent? What y'all think?
I mean, how would you feel, right? Right?
You know,
jury number 3. How would you feel?
You know, you're in trouble when your lawyer's like, "What y'all think? Innocent, right? Right? Come on, innocent, right?" I'm like, you fucking this trial up. You fucked it up when you stole the bridge, David. You fucked it up.
And then told everybody at the goddamn bar.
They got 47 witnesses from the VFW said you stole that damn bridge, David.
Maybe next time don't wave at every goddamn car that you're fucking passing by when you're taking their way home.
I liked your country album, though. Radios and Rainy Days. That was great. David.
Stole a boat? Look, I stole a bridge.
Oh, man. Well, hopefully we find out what happens to him. We have to look that case up.
What do you mean what's going to happen? You know what's going to happen. He's going to go to jail. I mean, well, I don't know because sometimes you get more time for drug charges than you do human trafficking. So what the fuck do I know about law? But I guarantee you he's going to serve some time over this because, I mean, what would you say would cost to put back a 58-foot section
What if they
of
make
bridge?
him do it like community service? Go out there and build the bridge back, David.
You going to be the bridge hand. You're going to help the motherfucker making the bridge. You're going to put it back.
Okay, so nothing yet. Oh, there's a picture of the bridge. There was a picture of the bridge.
I gotta see how just fucking my God.
So it was like one of those. Is that it?
It's a bridge.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like a bridge like you think of when you think bridge. You think this might have been a one-car bridge, like a one lane road bridge. You know what I mean? Like, there's not 2 cars going down that.
There's no denying that's a goddamn bridge.
No. I didn't know what it was when I took it.
Oh, God.
Okay, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's like a pedestrian bridge. That might be what it is. Like, it looks like, I don't even know if you can get a car down there. But that's definitely some type of something that you don't need in your house.
Yeah, you're not denying that.
No.
Whenever you get caught with it.
Yeah. This has got to be a pedestrian bridge. It looks like the size of like a railroad, a train could come through it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like one of those bridges. Oh man. Yeah. So apparently he just got.
He ain't Shaggy in this. That wasn't me. He's not doing that. That's my bridge.
Saw the crane marks in your yard. Saw the bridge in your backyard. Was it me? Saw you taking the damn bridge apart. Was it me?
They got your records at the crane shop? Wasn't me.
Oh man. Well, we've got a few more here, Josh, before we get out of here. What's this one?
So, this is the problem, I think, with these retina display. You know, like you can use your eye to open your phone and, you know,
face recognition,
stuff like that. This man, you know, it's what it's all leading to. Man lifts sleeping ex-girlfriend's eyelids to unlock cell phone and steals $24,000.
Man.
It says here, a 28-year-old man in China has been convicted of stealing $24,000 by lifting his sleeping ex-girlfriend's eyelids to outsmart her cell phone's facial recognition system.
Okay,
and
question.
It's an ex-girlfriend?
Okay, but no, how do you get her to sleep that heavy that you can just raise her eyelids?
I don't know, he might have drugged her.
Do the old Bill Cosby and throw something in that wine?
I guarantee you, because, I mean...
Dung dung!
He was sentenced to 3.5 years in prison.
So what this China dude did was he put something in a drink and then used her eyes to open her cell phone?
We all know what 2022 Ice Cube would say in this situation. He said, so this man from China did this. But what would, like, 1991 Ice-T call him? What do you think?
I don't know. Where are you going with this?
No, I mean, what do you think?
I don't know.
Do you think he would say it like that?
How about I bait you into saying something racial, Richard? What do you think?
I think the motherfucking beep stole the son of a bitch money, and I think he outsmarted his girlfriend.
You want to finish reading some more of this story?
Sure, I guess I will.
Why did you say it like that?
I'll just read the whole story like iced tea. How about that?
That's starting to sound less like iced tea
And more like Dusty Rhodes. Like, let me tell you something.
like Dusty Rhodes after a dentist trip or something.
Yeah. Or Dusty Rhodes after the show, after he's been to the bar. Hey, let me tell you something, baby.
I kiss you. You look
I like
so
to
beautiful.
kiss you, baby. I like to hit the bionic elbow on you and just have my way with you. Do his hands.
Just take the tip out.
Just have my way
Mushroom
with
stamp the shit out of your forehead. That's very weird and very specific, Dusty.
I'm the cold-blooded sausage maker, and you gonna be the cold-blooded sausage taker.
Those mushroom stamps look like that burn on my belly, baby.
Hit you with that elbow, boom. Then it's whatever hole I choose. Anyways.
Wow, we just made Dusty a rapist. Great job, Josh. I'll knock you out, and it's whatever hole I choose. Great job, Josh. Dusty Rhodes was a legend. And you just made him into something terrible. All right.
Well, these are jokes. So.
I'm not really offended. I'm just saying.
You're just disappointed more than anything.
Anyways.
You hit me with that dad shit.
Oh, not
man.
Dad.
I still love you, but damn.
Maybe we get old Randy in here. Put some whipped cream on it.
Would you do that? Would you do that?
Everything's better with whipped cream, baby.
Well, Randy got that sausage chip for Ready Whip, so it's not whipped cream.
He's not really like that. I just hit him with a few bionic elbows. It's bionic, baby.
Damn it.
Anyways,
finish
the story.
So he stole the equivalent of $3,100 from his ex's mobile payment.
Wait. He was sentenced. Wait, $24,000 is the equivalent.
He was fined the equivalent of $3,100.
I was like, damn, China's economy I thought was way better than that. He stole $24,000.
Yeah.
It's the equivalent of like $3,000.
I read that wrong. It's China, not Argentina, right? Right?
He was sentenced to 3.5 years in prison and fined the equivalent of $3,100.
Well, he stole $24,000 and was only fined $3,000.
Shit, I got that. Here you go.
I mean, damn! If you're willing to give up 3.5 years of your life for a little bit of money,
would you give up 3.5 years for 21 grand?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, no, not me either.
Shit. I know you wouldn't. Hell, that's fucking 2 months. 2 months worth of pay, right? But either way, earlier this month, citing he was,
lost your place, didn't you?
He was sentenced earlier this month, signing court documents in China's state-run newspaper. So it was called the Nanning Evening News. A man only identified by his surname, Huang.
Huang.
So it could be anybody.
Yeah.
So they went to the sick woman. Oh, man. Went to the sick woman. So she was
sick.
She might not have been able to resist.
Hold your eyes open, bitch.
The eye-opening thing. So he went to the sick woman's apartment a year ago, gave her food, as well as medicine that made her sleepy, the Times reported. And after she fell asleep, he reportedly pressed her finger on her phone to unlock it and then lifted her eyelids to unlock her Alipay app using facial recognition, the Times said. And before changing her password and transferring her money over to his account. And when the woman received notices about mystery bank transfers the following morning, she alerted the police. Huang was arrested in April. So Huang probably hid that money.
Yeah.
And he knew, even if I do get caught.
He was found guilty of theft by using secret methods to steal another person's property, according to the Times.
The report, which alarmed cell phone users, apparently went viral in China over the weekend. And the Alipay representative told the news outlet, your guess is as good as mine, Video, that company...
Yishao Video?
Sure. Whatever you said. That company would compensate users in rare cases of theft. So the representative also urged the users to employ various available security blocks on their accounts. So it's like you push your fucking thumb on the phone,
Yeah.
and then it recognizes your
Retinas,
eye or
yeah.
your retina or whatever, and it's like, is it really you, motherfucker? What's your favorite color? Like, is that what they're
Are
doing?
you a robot? Don't lie to us. Point out all the signs that say stop.
Point out all the city buses, bitch. That's what I want to know. Like, okay.
Click all the squares with a red light in it, bitch. I don't believe this. Well, so I wonder he's going to be killed, right?
Yeah, his organs are going.
Man donates organs, his last living will. I mean, they do things a little differently in China, don't they?
Hey, they don't have no waste. You know?
Oh, man. We got time for one more? You want to call it?
Hey, you're the timekeeper.
All right. We got one more. A cruise line. This is pretty funny, Josh. A cruise line, because cruises right now are in trouble, right? There's not been a lot going on. There was like a year and a half where they didn't have any. CDC is all up their ass. They don't want them to go out anymore because they're like, they're cesspools for diseases, Like, it's just bad. It's just bad. It's just bad. Don't go.
And then they're like, we fly the Swedish flag, bitch. Fuck the CDC.
Yeah, but I mean, so cruises here have taken a hit. You know what I mean? And that's millions of dollars. Like, I'm sure a month that they're losing millions of dollars a month.
Probably.
Because those boats, billion-dollar boats, like probably a couple billion-dollar boats, every one of them. So times are kind of tough for the cruise lines. This headline comes from the Washington Post. It says, cruise line hasn't paid its bills. It diverted 700 people to the Bahamas to evade capture. It's a saga worthy of an
like
old...
it's a goddamn pirate episode
Yeah.
or something, like,
well, that's what it says.
We're going to have to drop you off in the Bahamas, me hearty.
It's a saga worthy of an old-time sea shanty or a featured Netflix special.
Sea shanties and wet panties.
Is that a show that was on the Black Box?
That's from Broken Lizard.
Oh.
It was one of Coconut Pete's records.
A mighty ship cruising the international waters faces arrest over an unpaid debt, but rather than submit to seizure, it changes course for the Caribbean with 700 guests and cruise member aboard.
Dude's like, it's totally fine. We normally do this.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. We have decided to say fuck it and go to the Caribbean. We owe some people some money, and we have decided to dodge out on that bill. If y'all could just turn all the lights off, because they might come knocking.
Everybody want to go to Panama? Let me hear you say yeah.
Those 5 or 6 Karens that are like, fuck, we were supposed to go swim with the dolphins where we're landing.
Right. Oh, they're in the Caribbean. They go to Jamaica. We got dolphins here too, man.
You smoke weed with the dolphins and play the trash
You're
can
smoking
drums.
up weed, you see a dolphin.
Such is the strange tale of the Crystal Symphony. Last week, the ship was scheduled to return to Florida from a 2-week cruise when a federal judge issued an arrest warrant for the vessel stemming from a lawsuit against Crystal Cruises, claiming nearly $4.6 million of unpaid fuel bills.
They just go into the gas station and pull off.
They pumped the gas and ran off. Pull that anchor up, Billy. Let's go.
But, like, can you imagine stealing $4.6 million in gas?
Yeah.
Or diesel? Probably diesel.
Diesel. I don't think they're doing unleaded.
Yeah.
Anticipating that U.S. Marshals would be waiting ashore in Florida, the Crystal Symphony diverted to the Bohemian port of Bamini, 50 miles away. What do you tell your passengers if you're supposed to go back to America they're from America?
Enrique's going to take you the rest of the 50 miles.
We're going to get on this fishing boat. File like 7 or 8 of you on. We're going to fish you there.
And then he'll be back and get some more of you.
50 miles on like a fishing boat would be terrible, wouldn't it? In the ocean?
I don't know, man. They're probably driving fast as hell.
We're going to get on these sea dudes.
Do you realize how many fishing boats it would take to get that many cruise ship members back?
Roughly 300 guests remained aboard the ship an extra day, disembarked, and were offered a ride to the Port Everglades in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, via ferry, a journey that the company later acknowledged was uncomfortable due to the inclement weather. Get on the ferry, and there's like lightning and
sea
shit.
storm and shit.
This is the weather in Gilligan's Island, ain't it?
Oh shit.
One Crystal Symphony passenger described getting up during the 2-hour ferry ride to throw up, only to find 9 or 10 other sick passengers doing the same thing. So that means this was a rocky ride. Like it was storming, and like the sea was rough, and they were vomiting and everything.
And the captain and the first mate were cussing at each other in Spanish, and they didn't know what was going on.
This end of the cruise was not the conclusion to our guest vacation we originally planned for, a Crystal spokeswoman Susan Robinson said in a statement.
Clearly trying to save her job. Susan's like, look,
we didn't want to do it, but they were going to take the damn boat.
She's like, look, I live in Minneapolis. I'm just a spokesman, okay?
This is the equivalent of seeing the repo man out there, and he's got the hook, and you get in your car and try to drive off with his hook on your car.
What do people think is good? Like, you think just because you drive off
that it's your car? Position's 9/10 of the law.
Guess what? Like, you ain't gonna drive it, but just for a few more days, probably.
They probably called Susan. It's like, well, Susan, we can't go back to America, so how good's the cruising from Costa Rica?
Well, I know a few people. Let me call Manuel.
You're going to have to ferry him out here 2 hours to get on this boat.
And when I mean ferry, I mean by a bass boat. That's all we got.
The company declined to discuss the lawsuit it faces in federal court from the marine fuel supplier Peninsula Petroleum.
That sounds like they're important.
Elio Pace, a musician who was contracted to perform aboard the Crystal Symphony for the next month, called the situation surreal. In an interview with the Washington Post on Monday, who's ever heard of a ship being arrested? Pace said, it's like Pirates of the Caribbean, they say. We're going to seize the ship, and the ship goes, no, you're not, and turns around and escapes to Bimini. Although the ship marked the end of the Crystal Symphony's latest voyage, the embattled cruise line and hundreds of the ship's crew members still are navigating uncertain waters.
I bet they are. They can't port anywhere.
Yeah, that's good enough on this story. How would you like to be on a boat and they're like, well, guys, this is as far as we go. Either
now,
y'all
if you
live,
don't go back right now, you're going to have to jump off.
If either y'all live here, you're going to have to take that bass boat. But look at this damn boat, man. It's a nice sized boat. I mean, it doesn't look as good as some of like the Norwegian or the Royal or the Carnival
it's
cruises.
The Crystal Symphony.
Yeah. Those are the lifeboats right there. And I think they have enough.
Fine,
for 50
they use
people.
them to fucking.
I think even if the boat's still afloat, you have to have those connected.
The boat,
but I mean, here's the thing.
Well, they're defying the law, anyways. So fuck them lifeboats.
I do know.
I'm getting in one of them, and I'm going to Florida.
I do know that they have those drills every once in a while where they go. They have to drop those down to make sure they work and everything. And I think it's a son of a bitch to get them back up there and everything.
Oh, you think?
But I remember one day we heard "man overboard, starboard" on one of our cruises. It means somebody fell off the damn boat.
Holy shit!
But it was like docked, so.
Oh, he was partying way too early.
Yeah, but I mean, it's nothing to get off of.
We're going to Jamaica, bitch! Oh shit!
It's nothing. Like every time you go on a cruise, every one of them, the joke is, well, if you drink enough, you'll be walking straight because the boat sways. It's like, yeah, we've heard it, motherfucker. Keep moving. Unoriginal piece of shit. Sometimes you get ornery on cruises, Josh.
I'm having to wear this goddamn motion patch. Fuck you.
I couldn't last time. It started closing my throat up.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Oh, man. Well, Josh, if they want to keep their throat open and they want to give us a shout out on social media, how do they do that?
Well, on Twitter, we are at P3 Radio, the number 1. On Facebook, put in a search bar, Pop Poncho, Poncho. You will see our photo, and our telephone number is 731-300-6675, and that's 24/7, motherfucker!
Well, that's going to do it Well, that's going to do it for us. For Josh Brawley, this is Richard Mulligan saying thanks for listening and good night.